30 years after the Wonderworld incident, Axel Foley remains a dedicated Detroit police detective, now working under the leadership of his friend, Deputy Chief Jeffrey Friedman. During a high-speed pursuit of thieves looting the Detroit Red Wings locker room, Axel inadvertently caused significant damage to the city. Under immense pressure from the police commissioner due to this incident, Jeffrey announces his retirement and advises Axel to reconnect with his estranged daughter, Jane Saunders. Jane is a defense attorney in Los Angeles, mentored by Billy Rosewood, a former Beverly Hills officer turned private investigator and Axel's longtime friend. Rosewood warns Axel that Jane's life is in danger as she is representing Enriquez, who has been framed for the murder of undercover officer Copeland. Shortly after their conversation, Rosewood retrieves crucial evidence from the murder scene but is kidnapped by the cartel. Concerned about Rosewood's sudden silence, Axel travels to Beverly Hills. At Rosewood's office, he encounters a suspicious group ransacking the place. He manages to secure a page from Rosewood's agenda, but is subsequently chased through Rodeo Drive and arrested. At the Beverly Hills Police Department, Axel meets Detective Bobby Abbott, Jane's ex-boyfriend, and reunites with Chief John Taggart. Taggart proudly introduces Axel to Captain Kate Grant, whom he had mentored. Axel is immediately wary of Grant, noting his luxurious attire, which seems inappropriate for a police officer's salary. Jane bails Axel out of jail, but resists his attempts to reconnect. It's revealed that decades ago, during a Detroit Mafia investigation, Axel moved Jane and her mother to Los Angeles for their safety, leading to his estrangement from them after he chose to remain in Michigan. After some convincing, Jane agrees to help with the case. They are ambushed on Wilshire Boulevard but are saved by Abbott. Axel questions Taggart about the precinct's operations, but Taggart staunchly defends Grant and his team, ultimately suspending Abbott. Operating with limited support, Axel, Jane, and Abbott recover a camera and a signal jammer from the car where Copeland was murdered, concluding that Grant's team was searching for an SD card containing damning evidence. The address from Rosewood's agenda leads them to a mansion owned by Grant, which is used for cartel money laundering. Axel enlists his friend Sergei's help to infiltrate the mansion during a nearby house showing. Inside, they find more evidence linking Grant to Copeland's murder. Surveillance cameras alert Grant to their presence. After a heated argument with Jane, Axel and Abbott interrogate Enriquez's uncle, Chalino, who reveals that Grant is protecting the cartel and informs them of a drug shipment leaving the port that night. Grant frames Axel and Abbott for drug possession, leading to their arrest. Axel escapes custody with Abbott's reluctant assistance, and they commandeer a helicopter, flying to the Beverly Hills police station where Grant shoots them down. Taggart, witnessing the crash, finally realizes the corruption within his team and agrees to help Jane, who is later kidnapped by Grant's thugs. Acting on a tip from Chalino, Axel and Abbott head to the port where they rescue Rosewood and retrieve the hidden SD card. Grant calls to announce he is holding Jane hostage. With Jeffrey's help, they triangulate her location to the cartel mansion. Axel, Rosewood, Abbott, and Taggart launch an assault against Grant's cartel army. During the chaos, Jane escapes captivity. Axel and Grant have a final showdown, resulting in Axel getting shot while protecting Jane and Abbott, killing Grant with a precise shot to the head. In the aftermath, Rosewood and Taggart reconcile, and the charges against Enriquez are dropped. During his hospitalization, Axel and Jane reconcile, discussing the possibility of Axel moving to Los Angeles to be closer to her. A few days later, Axel, Rosewood, and Taggart reunite, celebrating their victory and renewed friendships over dinner. Axel F may not quite reach the heights of the original films, but it comes remarkably close, exceeding expectations. If nothing else, it showcases how charming Eddie Murphy can be when given the right material, supported by talented actors like Taylor Page, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Kevin Bacon. While the nostalgic callback to characters from the original trilogy feel obligatory and somewhat lackluster, the film succeeds in its main goal, keeping the viewers entertained at home during a holiday weekend when theaters were once packed. From the start, Beverly Hills Cop Axel F is buoyant and playful, a quality often missing in legacy sequels and arguably absent from the heavier second and third films in the series. Murphy excels when he can glide through a film, lighthearted and smiling, providing the comfort fans crave. The score, crafted by Lorne Balfe, playfully incorporates elements of Harold Faltermeyer's original classic while also directly using tracks from the iconic 1984 soundtrack. Is it a cheap trick? Perhaps, but it's all about balance. When Bronson Pinchot's Sergei appears in a lackluster scene, it hints at a potential version of the film bogged down by excessive callbacks and familiar bits. However, director Mark Molloy uses nostalgia sparingly, enhancing rather than overshadowing the film. It's noteworthy how the script avoids cheap jokes about cancel culture and generation gaps, which often burden recent films featuring older comedy stars. Instead, it keeps the plot moving, making it feel like a natural continuation rather than a series that skipped a generation. Cinematographer Edward Graw collaborates with commercial veteran Malloy to give the film the perfect Cali sheen. echoing the original's look with touches reminiscent of Tony Scott's aesthetic in the first sequel. Editor Dan Lebenthal skillfully assembles this hot-weather legacy action comedy following his work on Bad Boys Ride or Die with another tightly cut sequel that nails the action rhythm. While many streaming originals, especially cash grabs, can appear lazily made, Axel F stands out with its careful construction and attention to detail. Thank you very much for watching the whole video. And if you have a movie or TV show that you want us to cover, just comment it down below. We'll make a video of it in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out our playlist for more recaps.